Breaking news right now for Kentucky Derby 149. Another Derby horse is scratched tonight. Also, Churchill suspending a Derby trainer as state authorities scratch all of his horses after two of them died this week. The WHAS11 night team right now with team coverage and reaction from fans leaving Thurby tonight.
There are a lot of things that could be going on. I mean, it's not just something Safi could be doing.
As the lilies are sown into the Oaks Garland, getting ready for more than 100,000 fans for Oaks Day tomorrow. Plus,
I want to do some special things here.
Is John Calipari going to stay at UK for several more years? You'll hear what he told radio host Dan Patrick today. It's an eye-opener right now on the WHAS 11 Night Team. And here it is, breaking news tonight on Derby 149. At 9 o'clock tonight, another Derby contender was scratched from the big race. It is our top story on the WHAS 11 Night Team. Hello, everyone. I'm Doug Proffitt. That means three Derby horses are now out and a trainer suspended indefinitely. We have team coverage tonight. Connor Steffens live at Churchill Downs, getting a reaction to the suspension of the trainer Safi Joseph Jr. But first, Sports Director Ken Spencer is here with me here on the Night Team. The latest on a fast-changing field for the Kentucky Derby. And Kent, the horse out tonight is Continuar. Why did his trainer decide to pull him out of the Derby?
Well, this all started about an hour and a half ago when the announcement came out from Churchill Downs. Continuar will not run in the Derby because his trainer felt the 3-year-old's fitness wasn't where it needed to be to run in the Derby. Continuar is one of the horses from Japan. He was a 50-1 long shot after finishing third in the UAE Derby. Another scratch. Practical Move entered today as the second betting favorite for the Derby behind Forte. He was taken out by trainer Tim Yakteen after developing a fever after training this morning. Lord Miles was scratched after his trainer, Safi Joseph Jr., was suspended by Churchill Downs. Louisville native Dale Romans needed just one scratch to get his horse, Cyclone Mischief, into the field.
Cyclone Mischief has been at 21 all week, and we're just waiting on somebody to scratch. Well, finally this afternoon, the horse came out, we get to draw in, we get a chance to win the race from the also eligibles like last year. It opens it up for us to come in, and I think we're going to run well.
Remember, Rich Strike was also eligible and won the Kentucky Derby a year ago. Little tidbit on Cyclone Mischief. He's finished third in his last two starts, the Florida Derby and the Fountain of Youth. This will be Roman's 12th Derby starter. There has been such a shakeup to the field. Let's see how it did with some starting positions. Let's focus on the 11, Disarm. With the scratch of Practical Move, he'll move down to gate 10. Will still be the 11, just slide down one gate. All the horses to his outside will also follow suit. Lord Miles was already in post 19. Continuar coming out of the far outside post. Both of those horses, like I've said, have scratched. So Cyclone Mischief will now exit out of gate 18. Dale Romans did tell me today, should decide in the next day or so, the jockey for Cyclone Mischief. He wanted to see how things would play out, and man, have they played out. Mandarin Hero, another horse from Japan who finished second in the Santa Anita Derby, is next. And then King Russell is the last in the field, trained by Ron Moquette at 50-1.
All right, Kent, so you're going to have 100,000 people heading there for the Oaks tomorrow, probably even a bigger crowd with the stunning weather. About these scratches, we know they can continue right up to the Derby. We've seen that happen. This seems like a lot. We've had many in the past. I don't know where this is going to stand, but this could continue. Yeah, no, look, it is, to have 4 horses scratched in the past week, 3 just in one day. I mean, it's a little bit mind-boggling. Really, for any also eligibles that wanted to enter the race, the deadline would have been Friday at 9 a.m., but all the also eligibles have already gotten into the Derby. So if anybody scratches from here on out, there will be, the Derby will not be a 20-horse field. Okay, thank you very much, Kent. Well, now to the stunning news earlier today. Churchill Downs suspending the trainer who had 2 horses die while racing this week. The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission also scratching his horse from the Derby, and Churchill Downs releasing a pointed statement about trainer Safi Joseph Jr., saying, given the unexplained sudden deaths, we have reasonable concerns about the condition of his horses and decided to suspend him indefinitely until details are analyzed and understood. WHAS 11 Night Team's Connor Steffen and photojournalist Ian Hartwett are live right now at the track with more on what happened that led to the quick moves today by Churchill and the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission. Connor?
So, Doug, some key words coming from the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission: unusual, deaths. That's how they described what happened to the two horses. They support the move by Churchill Downs to suspend Joseph, though if you ask people here as they were exiting Thurby, what they thought, the reaction really was split right down the middle.
As thousands headed for the exit on a record-breaking Thurby. Unknown to most, the stakes in Saturday's Run for the Roses were drastically changing.
But, I was really shocked that, he was having any problems with it.
It wasn't the crowds, but the moves made by Churchill Downs to suspend Miami-based trainer Safi Joseph Jr. that had everyone talking.
He's a good trainer. I mean, he's very successful. He's one of those people one of those trainers that you definitely look at betting on.
CDI's decision follows the highly unusual sudden deaths of two of Joseph Jr.'s horses this week. Parents' Pride, his 4-year-old filly, collapsed following an opening day race on Saturday. Then Tuesday, his 5-year-old gelding chasing Artie died in a similar fashion.
There's a concern, but like I say, you got to wait and see what happens. I mean, there are a lot of things that could be going on.
We went to see if Joseph Jr. could answer some of those questions. By the time we got to his Churchill barn just after the final Thurby race, he was gone, though his horses and trainer team were still there. Joseph Jr. spoke to us Wednesday morning about the two deaths and had this to say.
I don't think it's bad fortune. It's not about that. To happen twice, it's not. I mean, we're going to see. Joseph Jr. isn't the only trainer to lose a horse this week. Two other horses sustained musculoskeletal injuries from which they could not recover. But given the unexplained circumstances surrounding Joseph's horses, the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission supports the move, saying the investigation is ongoing into the unusual circumstances surrounding these tragic fatalities. Many do support the decision.
I believe that Kentucky Downs is doing exactly what they need to do.
Others are skeptical.
Well, Churchill Downs is being Churchill Downs, and they're protecting themselves, that's the way it is.
Things happen. No, I mean there's a lot of history if you look back 40, 50 years. So,
The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission also saying today full necropsies of those dead horses, basically a horse version of an autopsy, are now underway at UK in Lexington. They explain sudden death examinations like these are broader in scope. We're live here in Churchill Downs. Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
Connor, thank you very much. And it was a record-breaking attendance day for Thurby at the track on this Thursday. After we went off the air at 6 with one number, Churchill Downs tonight upped it 2 more times. The final total for Thurby, 54,848, up nearly 15% over last year. Fans told us the weather was a gift.
So now everybody is here and the weather is gorgeous today. So what a great day.
We're on our way to the new first turn area, which is a little further away than usual, but it's all good. Get to meet different people on the way.
And again, if you haven't heard, our First Alert Storm team has now removed rain from the Friday forecast over Churchill Downs. Oaks Day is going to be rain-free now. Last year, just over 100,000 people attended a rainy Kentucky Oaks. Tomorrow's number sure to be much bigger. Happening tonight, the creation of the Garland of Lilies, which always draws a crowd to watch it being made. The Lilies for the Phillies, the symbol of the Kentucky Oaks. The handcrafted garland is being stitched together at its traditional spot, the big Kroger store in Middletown. All day long, workers have been working on putting together the prize, the tradition starting in 1991 for this garland. It includes 148 stargazer lilies. It's 20 inches wide, 116 inches long, and weighs about 20 pounds. And the best part for fans, it's made right in that store.
That's the best part, is that it is accessible, and it's just a great way to really feel the energy and the excitement of Derby. So this is great.
Tomorrow, the Kroger floral artists will put together the Garland of Roses, which will crown this year's Derby winner. Now, the garland was not used in the first Kentucky Derby. It first appeared in 1896 and was white and pink. Both the Oaks and Derby garlands get police escorts to Churchill Downs. Join WHAS 11 News for special coverage of Oaks Day tomorrow from the Kentucky Derby Museum. Our live coverage begins at 3 right here tomorrow afternoon. More local news tonight. Louisville Metro Police announcing today they've made an arrest in a double homicide back in December. Police have arrested 31-year-old Kellen Slaughter in connection with the December 5th shooting in Old Louisville. Police say the shooting occurred in a parking lot on Arthur Street near I-65. When officers arrived, they found Kenneth Sauer Jr. and Jimmy Mayhab, both suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Slaughter has been charged with murder and robbery, as well as multiple drug trafficking charges. The downtown monument honoring fallen police officers and others in Louisville was vandalized overnight. It stands in Jefferson Square Park. LMPD says the 2 flags wrapped around the memorial were set on fire. This morning you could see the burned scraps surrounding the eternal flame, but it doesn't appear that the memorial itself sustained any lasting damage. LMPD today says it is reviewing security camera footage in the area right now. And the mayor of Louisville is asking for your opinion on the hiring of a new full-time Metro Police Chief. This is your chance to tell them what you want to see in the next police chief. A survey, which can be found at the top of the city's website, takes only a few minutes to complete. Additionally, there's space for comments or any other ideas, thoughts, or concerns you may have directly shared with Mayor Craig Greenberg. The survey will remain online until Friday, May 12th.